Okay. Sorry. Let me scoot on in here. Okay, right. Everyone, pretend that bit didn't just happen. I would cut it out, but we're not.
We're going to start like this.
Okay. Guys.
Am I in? Is it in? Time.
Okay, go.
Nice
girls.
girls. Nice girls.
Slice up your life.
I wish I never happened.
Still better than literally anything I could do.
Nice girls is cute. The Slice Girls.
Yeah.
I honestly don't. Should you start off with that? So I honestly don't get Slice Girls.
I still don't.
Maybe that's the question for the chat, for all the people that are watching. Oh!
Yay!
What's that you want us to dab?
Hello, Mexico. I think that's the first time I've genuinely done it.
Yeah. Viva la Mexico.
I love that you're shouting it like she's in the distance somewhere.
Oi! Viva la Mexico.
Viva la Mexico. I'll be waiting.
Yeah, why the Splice Girls? If anyone can answer that question in the comments
I
below.
honestly don't know.
Yeah,
What's the pun? Why? Oh.
Yeah, I saw Slice Girls. It's not like, because it wasn't even like a Ginny Lemon reference or anything. It was just
Like fancy a Slice Girl.
yeah.
Just Slice Girls. You literally just pick any word that rhymes with Slice. Right, cancel the stream. Let's all go home.
I've never been caught on stream before. We did, and not obviously Salute has it. It's something I do in my everyday life on a daily. The first time it's been caught on stream. Such a shame. Such a shame.
Oh, the nice girls like the Nazi girls. The Nazi girl.
But I love Bob's got his own successful YouTube channel now. He's associated with this.
Just watching it, just all,
That's your 1,000 subscribers gone.
just all burning flames.
Guys, if you hate me and my agenda, unsubscribe to Bob because he very much supports this. That's the main
fundamentally
message.
do not
You do.
support this.
Bob told me to do it for the stream.
You're such a shit stick.
Okay, should we go for the
You're
episode?
not a nice girl.
No,
You're not even a Slice
I
Girl.
would. Don't you dare come for my slice. Oh, you not seen it? She's not seen it. It was actually quite a good episode. No,
Oh, she's not seen it, great.
it was quite a good episode though. No?
Yeah,
I liked it. It's been better than the last couple of episodes.
I mean, it's better than Dragaton, but that wasn't a particularly high
I
bar.
love Dragaton.
Dan loved that one.
What?
I love the ball boy.
But they were the only good bit.
Oh yeah, they are.
Even then. Okay, but so I've got thoughts on episode 3, but I forgot what all those thoughts are. Does anyone remember what happened in episode 3?
Episode 3.
That was Dragaton, right?
No, that was episode 2, wasn't it? Episode 3 was a construction challenge.
Oh shit, yeah.
Where what's her name? Veronica Green really like showed us her inner emotions through her outfit.
The stage at the end of that lip sync was just like there was just shit everywhere. Just like
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to say. I think genuinely she should have been penalised for that because that it meant the other girl couldn't lip sync because it's like tripping hazards literally in every spot of the stage. I honestly think I think that's worse than taking your wig off or something. If she literally sabotaged. Her opponent can do anything. You can't like dance. You can't do death drops. You can't do anything. There's like bits of fabric everywhere.
so are you saying she's Vanity's inner saboteur?
I fully am. Yes.
And outer saboteur.
To be fair as well, she did get sent off.
Yeah.
But I'm saying she should. But they should have said specifically. She should have been killed.
Vlogging.
She should have been killed, Dan. No, I think she should have been. I think she should have been specifically reprimanded for that disgusting behaviour. Honestly, I do. I'm very passionate about that.
Nice little fine.
Yeah, she have got a car towed.
Fuck off and go to New York and pick a car.
Exactly. It's a very general reference. All the kids are going to get that. They're going to love that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, little in-joke.
Who was the in-girl before she came out? What's that from?
What?
What?
Someone was the in-girl. She from one of the songs.
Oh, before it came out. Yeah, I can hear that.
The Madonna?
Oh no, Milk.
Yes.
Milk
we
on.
like an old
No, she better don't.
Yeah.
Milk
was
was.
yeah.
Sorry, that's a
She's
very
in the
good
Paris
reference.
mood.
Yes. You still need to see that, Chris. Okay, but anyway, notes from the episode from the beginning. Let's do this. Okay.
Let's do it.
My first note is.
Dalai Lama.
What's that? You want us to dab one more time before you leave?
No, because you just look. No, I'm not with him.
Anyway, read books. They're fun.
Exactly. Such books. Such books.
You chose books. Grant chose not.
Hashtag quirky girls for
Oh my
life.
god.
Okay, so my first note is that I feel like Scarlett got a lot of power for just winning the previous challenge. She didn't win a mini challenge, and she got to choose the group first, and she got to choose which song they had. That's like
a mini challenge.
Sorry?
There wasn't.
That's what I'm
even
saying. Just because she won the last challenge.
They were literally just like pick people, go straight in. Like,
Yeah.
Here are
Pick
set.
people first. You get to choose your like fast or slow song.
Yeah, I feel like it should be like a reading challenge or a challenge of significance to get that much power out of it.
Yeah, because she got
That's
to
a good
choose the
point.
group, and then she's the kind of song that they picked. And it was so obvious that they were going to pick the up-tempo one.
Which actually, that's one of the questions I was going to ask you guys. If you had both the tracks, obviously without the verses, what track would you choose?
It was clearly the second one was a good song. The first one was shit.
I agree. I think despite like I would naturally choose the up-tempo one, I honestly think like the second one, the bass track was a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's one of those things with like because we were all saying I think like before we heard the actual song, we were like obviously you go for the fast one because there's more opportunity there, right? Like you can sing or rap and it works. Like you can like your dancing can be a bit more fun. Like you can do stuff. And then like when you actually heard the song, you're like, oh yeah, no, I see where they went for the slow one. The slow one was the one.
That is the point though. Like that's the only thing is like most of the queens rely on rapping one. You can't really rap successfully on the ballady one.
Just you watch me.
Go on then. It's a little preview.
I just I don't like to brag.
Okay. I've rated noble of you. Yeah. Okay. My next note is
It's not going anywhere.
that Vanity was very confident in Teresa for not choosing her last.
Yes, this really annoyed me because like Vanity was like, "You're like you're gonna kill it. You're so amazing."
So, and
I
she
love
did,
you.
she did talking head bit, right? She's like, Teresa might not see how great she is, but I've seen it all along.
Yeah, and literally chose the last.
What did you say?
And, like, and granted, you know, like there are a few queens. There are a few queens before, like you're choosing before them. Like so, granted, like you might choose someone else and be like, right, this person's clearly the best. But like, if Terita's that good, I'm sorry, you pick her like first or second.
And then at the end, she was like, "Oh, the girls picked her last." Like, no,
You were the team captain.
You were the other team captain.
Who would you guys have picked first?
Teresa. I
Would you?
picked Teresa
Okay.
first.
Yeah,
I was shocked that she was at the bottom.
I think I would have found it difficult to work with Kitty, but you have to acknowledge that she would be good at this challenge. So like,
Yeah.
Kitty and Teresa would be.
I mean,
like
we'll
the
talk
two.
about it a bit, but I disagree. Okay, my next note is, this is kind of harsh, but I'm skipping that one. But the one afterwards as well. I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna, if I come out as like a person who doesn't like steps. I did love steps when I was in primary school, but I find them extremely grating now. Sorry, everyone.
You will literally destroy your 0%.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I
How
know.
dare you insult River Medway?
I love when people watch this, like, like we're fully on board for the whole Nazi thing, but like he doesn't like steps. Like, we're out.
Right, I've had enough of this.
Exactly, it's the final straw.
I thought it was one of us.
What a second. So first note was if steps came out, I'd just go home. But my other note was that one of them
Just
talked
like-
about.
Just walk straight.
I honestly probably would. One of them like talked very seriously, the blonde-haired girl,
Claire.
about something about like
The blonde-haired girl.
I don't know steps. Talked very seriously.
It's
About,
heresy. Plus, there are two blondes.
That means
technically.
Faye and Claire. So
but they talked
Yeah.
very seriously about her artistry. Like teaching, like this sort of teaching queens about their artistry. Like I don't, when I think steps, I don't think artistry. I'm not like.
do you want
How
I
dare
don't
you?
know. It's
like
like
pro-Nazis, anti-steps? I mean,
I don't.
why don't you just like stomp on a kitten?
I did.
I'm going to request that you remove your arm from my lap.
Oh, no! Thank you.
Yeah,
Chris fully supports all my views.
the 5, the 6, the 7, and the 8, Grant. How can you?
I know, that's what I mean. But artistry, though.
That is artistry.
I don't feel like fine could.
Their root scooting baby is driving them crazy.
That is a
Poetry.
tune. That is a tune. But I didn't even
They
write
had a
it.
25-year career. You don't get that from
That's why Lisa
But how-
Scotty was
how
there.
many
She was
years
doing
were
all the
active for?
songwriting.
How many years were I active for?
They've been active for many years.
Yeah.
Your voice went very high then.
You breaking the law. Come on, Bob, let's do our own stream.
I know.
Sorry, I feel like I've genuinely ruined the mood. Again, you guys love Bob, especially loved the Nazi bit, but you guys are really upset that I mentioned
Who
steps.
hates Kylie Minogue?
When you go to gay bars, what do you do?
I feel really uncomfortable with it because
Okay.
It's like,
Because the
can we
gays.
put Street Fighter on?
yeah. I was like trying to look out for Nazis, but there's just too many gays.
Oh, I just can't with this.
Chris fully endorses my views. Okay, what's my next note? Okay, no, we said that already. My next note is I can't with this rehearsal. That was the second rehearsal. No, it was the first rehearsal. I can't remember. One of them was
Both
really
of them.
good. Both of them probably.
Well, I think because the second one was where they didn't have the choreography, right?
They
So we're
turned
kind
it-
of like, should we with them maybe do a move?
Yeah, it started off
they
really
turned
well.
it out by the end of it. They were like,
Yeah.
"Yay!" The first one was like, well, "You're not paying attention." Like half of your crew aren't keeping up with the moves, and it was just a mess all around.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
who
it
was it?
kind of was a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one with an up-tempo song. Like you think it's going to be harder because you have to put more dance moves into it to fill it up. But it's harder to do that, especially if not all your team can dance. With a slow one, at least, you have time to have fun with it more.
Yeah.
It's less like a race to the end.
The first one was just chaotic. It was
It
just
was.
kind of all over the place.
And about a minute in, I was just
No.
like, oh, we're repeating that bit again? Okay.
Sorry, Grant.
I was trying to remember. I think they did. I think Rue did say you've got to come up with your own dance, right? Like, got the choreography.
I'm fairly sure she did.
Because I'm just
yeah.
wondering, like, where that second group got the idea that they wouldn't have to do it themselves from.
Yeah.
It made me feel like I was back at school and I forgot that there was homework. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Give that same like trigger.
Was that, I mean, maybe, because surely the second group would have seen the first group like coming up with dance moves in the workroom. Surely they'd have seen them do something.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
But like, where do they? Yeah, because where do they practice stuff?
Oh, yeah.
But is the workroom just a set?
Unless
So
when
it's
you
really
have a-
just used for like filming things.
Unless when the other recording was going on, they were doing it then. They were
Oh,
recording.
yeah. Where they had all their really emotional lyrics.
Exactly, I know. I think I'll say, because River's verse was actually emotional. Yeah.
Hers was.
But like the way they edited it in the rehearsal was like,
Yeah, because they're
put
like,
all your emotion into it.
and
it
it's
was
just
just
like 100% BDE.
yeah,
And you're like,
exactly.
They're like, brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah. So anything else to say about workroom or rehearsals or anything?
I mean, there's not a lot to say, is there?
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
River's thing was touching.
That was.
Yeah.
I just felt, I did feel particularly exploitative with the camera like this close to her
Yeah.
face.
I
and
was
all that.
selective, and Chris was like, "Whose mum's going to have died this week?"
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, oh, the same one.
It's always, because I think that's the really difficult thing now. It is becoming almost too predictable when there's going to be like an emotional moment. Because it's like
Yeah.
the music like slows and it's like, we're going to really focus in on these two people. Be like, you're right, babes, how you doing today? Oh, a bit shit. Why is that?
I feel like the Americans can do it like, a lot slicker.
Yeah.
Like the British Queens are very like school play energy.
I have to admit,
I
though,
know.
I have to admit though, like it has been pretty genuine. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
no,
I agree,
absolutely.
I really
Once,
felt shit
like,
after I
River's
made that
story
joke.
was like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it was
Beautiful.
terrible.
yeah.
Well,
Like if River does end up watching this, because I always have that paranoia that I'm going to say something horrible.
No, we all said we love River the whole way to
Yeah.
you.
And it like we're not laughing because Chris is like, but it's like it's been a bit of a theme of like
Well, yeah.
they'll have a thing about a sad thing, but I love River and it was really sad. And
Why were you
Yeah, she's
laughing the
from
whole way
Chatham's.
through then when we watched it? You were laughing and masturbating quite aggressively. quite aggressively, actually. Dan.
I haven't finished yet.
Um,
God.
Very glad you're the other end of the
Yeah.
Guys, can we could like.
I'm trapped between a Nazi and a hard place.
Oh, I love that. That's very good. Guys, so,
And there's me on the end.
it is genuine. Like we can do it genuinely. Like try it now. Try asking me something naturally. About my struggle. Try something about struggle.
Grant, I had a nice childhood. How was your childhood growing up?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got these freckles. See, it works.
That's really good.
Oh. I think you're right. The US does sort of manage to make it feel slicker.
I just think that just US people generally are just more performative and they can just kind of like go with it. Whereas our British queens are just like, it is like, hiya, babes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, how you doing? Oh, I'm quite sad about my lyrics. Oh, why's that? Well, and then ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Do you think it's maybe because British people don't wear their hearts on their sleeves?
Yes,
Yes,
the same way as
that's
It's
Americans?
not really
Like,
our thing.
American culture is more like talk about things, though British culture is more like stiff upper lip. And I feel like
Not just upper lip.
I almost wish that we could replace the heartfelt
Can't
with
do
just
that.
some fun, like just show the Queens having a laugh, like because
Yeah.
that sad things only really happened in the last 4 or 5 seasons of Drag Race.
Yeah.
They didn't used to do it. It wasn't always
Not
just
in the
like,
same way.
here's a sad story.
Yeah.
Because I mean, actually, think about it. Like last year, the last season, like Bimini and
Yes,
oh gosh,
Ginny.
Ginny had that really good conversation about being
Oh, yeah.
non-binary, and that felt really organic because it came
Yeah.
from, like it kind of came naturally out of a part of a conversation, and it also talking about being non-binary for them is like it's a personal experience, but they can talk about it almost slightly academically as well. You know, it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
it's like a topic they can have a conversation with, and I think you're right. Like it doesn't feel very British to like suddenly be like, well, I'm feeling shit 'cause my mum, and you're like,
Yeah.
we don't really do
And
that.
haven't they already had that? Someone else did this in episode 1 where they said, "Oh, what's that, River?" And she was like, "Oh, it's my mum. She passed away from COVID." It's like it's
Yeah.
only 3 episodes.
Why are you so bitter about her losing her mum 2 weeks
I
before the show
know, it's
started? She's allowed to talk about it more than once. Her mum died like 2 weeks ago.
It's more like from the producer's point of view of like, oh, it
I don't know.
starts to feel a little bit
It
exploitative.
does. It feels exploitative, definitely from the judge, from the production.
It makes me feel one string, thank you. Right, don't talk until then.
Sorry, go on.
No, I'm bored now.
He's honest about how good your win is.
Oh, thanks.
Exactly.
Thanks, babes.
Okay, should we move on?
Yeah.
Why do people not watch this?
Should we start this again?
I'm really proud of everything.
I think we could get through the rest of this in about 10 minutes.
I know, so do I.
Yeah.
I agree. I really like Rue's look.
Yeah, it's nice.
It was
Yeah, what
pretty.
about the songs?
Yeah.
It was okay. I have to admit, I wasn't like taken aback with it like you guys were. It was just
Oh, can I just say, like, the Slice Girls thing? Like, Emma loved that when they announced the Slice Girls.
Oh,
Emma was
like,
like, oh, Slice Girls!
That's like the band dancing.
But you're not.
Why not?
Oh my god, that
Different.
rhymes!
it really bugged me that I can't work out
No,
what's going to be a
get
pun
it.
No.
or a joke on.
They'd be like, oh, wheeled swells allowed. Like,
That is
It's really
better,
good.
though.
I really like
That's
that.
still.
I really like that.
These swells like dancing.
But
Slice-
just-
what is
Swells
slicing?
allowed.
Like,
Yeah, but-
slice in the competition? Is it like a cutting thing? Like,
Yeah.
But Slice Girls, like, if it was like, yeah, Slice isn't a thing.
Slice girls.
Slice is not a thing. The Thrice Girls, the Twice Girls? Those
Spice,
five-
Spice Girls! Spice Girls!
Spice Girls.
Oh, that's good.
Spice Girls. I like that. I do like that. Okay, so yeah, okay, the first song. What's it called? Splice Up Your Life? No.
BDE,
BDE,
Big
yeah,
Drag Energy.
BDE.
Which probably would have been better.
It would've been bad. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't good, was it?
No. Oh, I've got a really important, like, something I'm really going to talk about. Let's go through all the
God.
Queen's performances quick, because I've got something I want to say about one of them specifically.
It really is a grunt show, isn't it?
Because I feel like who's having you be very kindly featured.
I'd be held at gunpoint.
No, you're not. You come to endorse all my views.
I came for the dinner.
That's fair. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's fair. So, Crystal, any thoughts on Crystal's performance?
I thought she was alright.
I thought like the lyrics are so generic.
Yeah, that is the thing that
Yeah.
always really bugs me
I feel
actually.
like she got a bit of a free pass.
It's that whole like
Yeah.
sex on legs thing. Is that the only thing she runs with? There's not much else to her other than that.
This-
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't really. It's not really a thing.
Yeah.
And like she did a death, like a split, but Bimini literally jumped off a chair into a death drop
Yeah.
last year. So
True that.
it was just like, I don't see anything that was that amazing.
And Crystal's not vegan
No.
either, you know.
Exactly.
So, not even got that.
But yeah, like I literally thought that was worse than Banana Drama.
Yes.
From last year.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. And what do you guys think of Charity?
I didn't see how bad. I didn't get that it was so bad like everyone else
Yeah.
did. I feel like it wasn't awful, and
Yeah.
the performance, yeah, it's
This is why I have a big point to make. But do you have anything to say, Sam, first? One point?
I just thought, like, I think she suffered because it was different from everybody else's. But I think, I don't think it was shit. Whereas I think, like, obviously, you know, Scarlett messed up. Crystal, I just found a bit dull. because it was like slay, gonna snatch the crown. I'm really hot, and I mean, we even joked about this
Me,
before
the
Kitty Scott Claus, and then she genuinely said, "Here to snatch the crown." Like,
Yeah.
"Ah,
Just like,
I'm
come
so
on."
bored.
Yeah.
This whole song is meant to be about like your limits and your challenges. I mean, none of that came out really in anyone's lyrics apart from Rivers, but like.
But it's the problem now that every series is doing the whole, here's a song, do a verse about yourself. Like, it's just becoming too predictable.
Yeah.
Because it started with Read You Wrote You, which was amazing.
Yes.
But even their verses were just
No, they weren't.
particularly good.
Yeah, they weren't particularly good.
Yeah.
I said Joe.
So,
No, what was the context? So, but even then, like, if someone did like a Roxy style verse now, not in irony, just because it'd be different from everyone else's, it'd probably be quite good in comparison.
yeah.
But the other verses were so ridiculously strong, and Reach Road Roxy's was terrible. But like now, I think actually that verse compared to like Crystal's or Kitty, I think it'd be better. Like Roxy's lyrical content.
Are any of us going to remember Kitty's or any or Crystal's?
So my issue with Charity though is like I think her verse again, similar to the others, was like pretty generic. Her lyrics were generic. Her performance was generic. But there's a reason for that, which is she performed it very differently when she recorded it. But they told her not to do it like that. Like you can't do it like that. You're not gonna fit in, you have to re-record it to sound like everyone else. And she didn't. It was shit. Like she was forced to do that, which really annoys me.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm,
Why is no one pointing that out?
Because you're so brave and controversial.
Thank you. That's what I wanted. No, but like in terms of like the critiques and stuff, I felt like I was watching it. I'm like, they're not taking into consideration. They literally made her change her whole vision for what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And she dressed differently to everyone else. And that would have worked if she had done a completely different style of performance.
Right. Kind of like the challenge where Ben de la Creme was
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I
So,
think also in a girl band like that, there's always one who stands out more than others.
Yeah.
It would have been fitting to have one queen be very different from everyone else.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of took that away and it could have worked. But
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Because they even kind of tampered down Charitha's bits, which were like wild in she was full on shouting and they were like, yeah, great, one take, and then like, oh, so sorry, where was that?
So scribbled in the end.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the judges sort of flex their critique sometimes. So it'll be like, oh, you stood out too much. And, oh, you didn't stand out enough.
Yeah.
I'm like,
like it's that whole kind of sometimes they get really praised for looking after each other in a team challenge, and they're like, you can't just look after yourself. You've got to put on your own mask first.
Yeah.
You're like, fucking like pick a lane.
Honestly,
pick
they
one
don't.
lane.
And every series, you're like, you liked that about the other performance. Like,
Yeah.
So that could be a bit frustrating.
Yeah, I think I'm still pissed from Drag Race Down Under with Electra.
Oh yeah,
Where they
Electra
were-
Shock.
Yeah, where she basically did this incredible, was an incredible dancer, and they were like,
Don't like your shoes. You keep
yeah, the shoes weren't that great, and also it just, everyone else wasn't really giving that much energy, and so you really stood out.
Oh, that bit, yeah. Like, oh, you were just too much of a good dancer.
Yeah, like you didn't look after your team. You're like, I am sorry.
Karen from Finance was so good the way you blew up a balloon. Yeah, I would say like both of the songs could have done with a hefty edit. They were both far too long.
Yeah,
They went on for a good
I wanted more.
30
Yeah, actually, maybe you're right.
especially
yeah,
the fast one actually, because
Mm.
I think it kind of almost got through all of its content really quickly.
Yeah,
So then it's just like, oh, and we're gonna have a key change. Okay,
yeah, they had nothing to go. No, it's really to go.
Also, I said this in previous seasons, but with the fast songs especially, like you can't. I know you're trying to squeeze as much as you can to a tight amount of space, but I feel like don't do that. Like it doesn't sound good. Like why if they like half the amount of lyrics they were saying and like fit it in more melodically and
yeah.
like it just sounds like rush and like they're trying to like keep up with like the track and like it just doesn't sound good to me. Like take out like a couple of words per line, it would have been a lot better.
I think unfortunately, I feel like Rue has kind of cottoned onto the fact that he can make shit tons of money from there being a song.
Who's buying that first song?
Honestly, again, like
Well,
Banana Drama last year.
yeah.
Who the fuck was downloaded Bing Bang Bomb by them? Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the second one, but I'm probably not going to watch it again.
I think I might. I think it was really good. I feel because I'm like I went to episode thinking like there's no way going to be Bing Bang Bomb, but actually I really did like the second one.
They had a few iconic like dance moves.
Yeah,
like, the whole like
yeah, that was
it's a visual
the
thing.
walking,
You wouldn't listen to the song. You'd watch the video of it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah,
they really sold it.
You're not going to be in a club just being like, yeah.
It was
You
like-
would though. If you came on, you
I
would.
played Chris for months of just suddenly being like, Bing Bang,
Yeah.
from my phone.
Really,
Actually,
like,
and like
and-
3 a.m. in bed. I mean, like just here.
It's so good.
and even like break up, bye bye. Like that was really.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah,
And I think the thing I literally even there have even been some songs in shit challenges in like some of the All-Star seasons that like as the episode's finished, I've still been singing. I can't actually tell you how that song goes.
That's just a good point. Yeah.
I actually genuinely can't.
Big drag energy.
Because I'm still just going big drag energy.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
Um,
We watched it twice. It was a good 8 minutes of telly.
yeah.
True.
Oh, yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, compared to Bing Bang Bong, like, it is a really difficult thing to go. Like, if I went in the next season after Bing Bang Bong, I'd be
Oh,
shitting
yeah.
myself.
They
'cause
probably
Big Bang
thought,
Bong's
in fact,
amazing.
there's no point trying to make this big.
Maybe
Let's go the other way.
It
Because
was amazing, and everyone was like, "They're not going to do better than that." And
Yeah.
they did Bing Bang Bong. So.
true. But as I mean, so I think bearing that in mind, I think the second group did still do really well. Like, it held its own to Bing Bang Bong. I'd say it wasn't as catchy probably, but like it wasn't like that shit compared to Bing Bang Bong. It's more to me. It's like that's like I listen to both. You know.
Yeah.
it's in my head now.
Bing Bang Bong. I know. It's really
Dancing
nice.
to the Highland jig. Lawrence Chaney's up in this gig.
Release the beast!
So any other thoughts on the any other thoughts on the second group?
I'm
I'm
still
with
waiting.
We literally remember the words. We don't remember the fucking tune of a thing we saw 40 minutes ago. Just saying.
That's because you have listened to Bing Bang Bong 5 million times, though. To be fair.
Yeah, but Bing Bang Bong straight away was like, oh, I remember
'Cause you
that
wanted to
night we were
listen to it
messaging
again.
each other.
Yeah, because
Oh my God.
Twitter was just on fire that night.
And we obviously couldn't get together because it was during the lockdown. So it was like, oh my God, best episode ever.
Yeah. What are you gonna say, Chris?
I was going to say I really like the second one. The dance moves were pretty fun. It was like a proper cohesive
Oh, I
performance.
loved it. It was
There
great.
was like a really, like they'd given thought into what the theme and the style would be.
Yeah.
The other ones were just like, let's be fabulous and dance and kill it,
Yeah.
let's smash the world.
Smash the world.
Yeah, exactly.
And you knew straight away, as soon as Elevator Day came out, you're like, this is going to be better.
Yeah.
100%,
And
yeah.
the first one didn't.
Yeah.
Like the first one started, you're like, this is going to be really shit.
Yeah.
And it's awful because I wanted them to lose as well, and they did.
Yeah, and it's difficult, right? Because the song, like all of them were like the lyrics were sort of meant to be parts about like having a story and like overcoming barriers and stuff, and then but also like a fast song, you can't really be like, this is for the troops. Like it's it's like
We find one of them did say that.
The little poppy
Please
on
don't.
the
I can't talk about the war.
Oh, Jesus.
Did someone say the war?
Oh no.
No, we did not.
What's the next one you lift up?
It's
Look at
fine.
that.
How great it was. Still miss it. Hashtag bring back the war. She gone to runway?
Yeah.
Okay, Crystal, Baby Spice.
I just thought it was kind of meh.
I liked it. I have to admit, I did
liked
quite
it.
like it.
I liked it.
It was at least it was Baby Spice, but like a crystallized crystal version.
Very
Right?
Dennis Davenport.
Yeah.
It was elevated, and you
Yeah.
could tell it was Baby Spice, and
Yeah, from the Two Become One video.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was thinking the same. Yeah, maybe because that was like
Wintry.
lingerie. Yeah. But for me, I don't know whether it was just this one specifically, but Crystal's makeup looked way off to me. I don't know. I think maybe it was just like a personal preference. thing,
Yeah,
like-
it was quite harsh.
Yeah, I
But
don't
it
think
wasn't
it's
very
suited
Baby
look.
Spice. Baby
Yeah,
Spice is
exactly.
supposed to be like
Very
innocent.
natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It
I
was
don't
really
think
intense,
Crystal
the
can
makeup.
do that because that's
Yeah.
not
No.
her thing.
But I was kind of thinking, like, I don't know if I love her makeup generally. Like, I think it's very good, but I don't know. It's very samey.
It is,
And
yeah.
it's all pretty much influenced by her face because she's had work. So actually, I think a lot
Yeah,
of it
that's true.
aided by the fact that she's got big lips and a chiseled jawline.
I don't hate that makeup, but I agree it would be nice to see something a little bit softer, something different.
Yeah.
Okay, Charity Case.
Yes.
I loved it. I love this runway look.
But I do get the critique.
I do.
It didn't look like Melby. It looked circus.
But then they gave praise to another queen that did not look like a Spice
well,
Girl.
yeah, this is the annoying thing, and like
Kate
Like,
Scott Claus. is
Keith
getting
Scott
a
Claus
pass.
does done this every week, throws on a really cheap outfit, and somehow just gets no critique.
Yeah.
I've not seen her get any negative critique.
It's the Bagger effect, isn't it? Because Bagger had the same thing where like Bagger wore absolute shit.
But
on
Bagger
Summer.
got critiqued.
She
for
did
her
at least get
clothing.
critiqued,
They were like,
yeah.
"You're
Baguette
funny,
at
but
least
that
had
is
like
messy."
really funny personalities to go out with. Kitty Scott Claus is just like
I just
Yeah.
don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
why
I don't
do they
get it.
not? Like
Yeah.
that first week, she wore that ABBA outfit. It was awful.
Honestly, I was convinced this would be her week for the runway
Yeah,
because
Because that's her whole thing.
she's so referential. Like every everything she like, all of her jokes are kind of catchphrases from. And this isn't necessarily an
Referential
insult.
is a very kind word to use.
Yeah,
'Cause that indicates that like it's a reference and like you've done something to it.
that's true.
But it's not. She's just copying what she's seen and what she's heard.
Yeah, that's true. What was the word we used for it last time? I can't remember. It was a really good word that began with D.
Delightful.
Delightful. She's D.
But I wonder what she'll be like on Snatch Game, whether that'll just be like a character where we'll just say things that character.
I'm fairly
says.
sure it's going to be Gemma Collins, and I'm fairly sure it's just going to be
Yeah.
like, I'm not playing any more games, Darren. Like, and it's just going to be catchphrases, and Rue's going to lap it up, and she's going to win.
Yeah, and then she'll wear like a frock that is very basic and a cheap wig, and
Yeah.
everyone will like bang their hands together and say it's amazing. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
But going back to charity, so that's the kind of thing that's confused about the runway as well. So I thought they'd be able to do like whatever Spice. I'm not so like impersonate the Spice Girl, but like just as if they were in the Spice Girls, be like
Right.
fun Spice and kind of like
To
a party
create their
house.
Yeah,
own-
there's another way that they had to
Yeah.
pick one of the five. Hi, Kurt.
Hey,
Hi.
Kurt, cheers jumping in. There was some really tasteful comedy early on in the stream, so I'd highly recommend going back and watching it.
I really recommend starring. Can we cut that? From
We've
the
trimmed
Yeah.
the first 15 minutes.
I'm gonna just have it on for
first hour? But I mean, I think, yeah, I mean,
So-
I suppose Night of 1,000 Madonnas was Madonna.
Yeah.
Like, it was all, but like again, most queens sort of took a Madonna reference and kind of played with it a bit.
But how do we feel about something? How do we feel about like part of the critique being that they had to look exactly like, you mean, like be really close to the actual Spice Girl they were trying to impersonate? So that can really piss me off.
That's
Basically,
the thing with Charity Case. Like, in the context of being Spice Girls, you knew exactly what Spice Girl she was going to be.
Yeah.
No one asked them to, like, I don't know.
exactly.
I felt that was such a harsh critique. I understand. I got it, but I feel like that shouldn't have been.
It should have been an influence of rather than you need to
Exactly.
look like.
Yeah, particularly given that there were two shit scary Spices.
Well, they were
Like, because
really
Scarlett
shit.
and Vanity both. Well, Vanity's wasn't shit, it just wasn't as good.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
It was again like I think Chris said no, Chris didn't say it. It was more just for me like, oh, the Black Queen had to be Mel B. Like, it was just really basic. Like, couldn't she have been something a bit against what you'd have expected, like Posh or something? Like, that would have been interesting. But she came out just looking a bit like Mel B.
And that's
Did
it.
anyone do Posh?
No,
No.
No one did Posh
And that's,
Spice.
that's the other thing as well. Is
Or
like
Victoria?
I have a similar thing about most of their runways, which is the makeup. I think Vanity's a good case of that. Like, her look was very Mel B-esque, but her makeup just didn't look like anything Mel would wear. It didn't look good generally. It just didn't fit the look to me.
It was just like a sort of leopard print like pantsuit with a corset on it.
It was shit.
Like, and that's the thing, Mel B didn't often, from what I remember, didn't often wear head to toe leopard print.
She didn't wear corsets either. Like,
No, so that's why I don't get the thing
Yeah,
with this
exactly.
challenge. Like, is it inspired by? In which case, we could kind of claim that Charity and Vanity were both did the challenge all right.
Because if it's impersonation, that's just dress up. That's not
That
drag.
is.
Exactly. It's not
It's
interesting.
like,
It wasn't. Yeah.
Like Kitty Scott Claus, it was like, I'm going to wear a white dress and a blonde wig because I want to look like Baby Spice. Well, that's just like, you want to go to a costume party then. I just don't get it.
Kurt's right. That's what I think I said when we were watching it. But he said Posh just wore basic dresses. How like it'd be more difficult to drag up, right? So she is the one you wouldn't really choose for drag race runway.
But I feel like you could
But
give
she
it,
Crystal.
you could give
You
it
could go on a
personality.
really-
Actually, Crystal could have slayed
Crystal
it.
could have done that.
Yeah, exactly.
The
That's why I
makeup
mean,
would have worked.
you have that kind of aloofness on the runway,
Yeah.
being Posh Spice. I think you could have really gotten away with it.
Yeah, true. But in terms of the actual look itself, that is more difficult, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for speaking.
Because you can do.
I wonder if Kitty's got close to that because
You
she
can do
wears
like
like a really
Victoria
basic
Beckham.
dress.
Yeah, exactly.
Victoria Beckham in the like her solo single with Dane Bowers, where she had that
She
like
looked like Cliff Richard. Put the red sunglasses on.
Yeah, you think that's a really iconic look, and you could have got away with that. That would have been really good.
Cliff Richard Eleganza.
Cliff
Cliff
could,
I live with a priest who's not my boyfriend. Or
Cliff could.
I don't understand what's happening.
But yeah, I'm still pissed that I don't know.
So Scarlett we all hated, right?
It was just a bit. I think the thing that really annoyed me was it was a bit of a mishmash of three different Spice
Oh, it
Girls,
was ugly as fuck.
and it wasn't that pretty. Yeah, she almost looked a bit more like a character from Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
She's a
yeah.
little more. Oh god, what's her name? Not
Daphne.
Daphne.
Yeah, like this sort of shimmery green boots and a dress.
Yeah.
Like, who wore that? Was that
actually,
scary as well?
So Ginger did I can't believe I know all this so much about her, but Ginger had did the boots and coat thing, as did Scary Spice. So
Yeah.
I mean, so still kind of Scary Spice. Okay, we'll let it pass. But that kind of greeny sort of thing was a little bit more sporty. I don't know.
I did leg kick thing as well, which is Small Spice.
And that,
Yeah. And those awful little like things on their head.
I can't believe nobody wore the big pumpy platform trainers for babies.
It was just not good, and the hairline was really shit.
So
Right.
what do you think of Ella's Sporty Spice?
Yeah, it gave me Mel C energy.
Yeah.
Big Mel C energy.
Yeah, tattoos. And
Yeah, she did the tattoo, which was clever.
Yeah,
and she, I thought what was also kind of fun is like it was very clearly Mel C, but also a little bit Ella Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ella Day spin on, which is what it should have been.
That's
which
exactly.
is probably why Charity should have done all right, because
Yeah,
her spin on Scary, not just.
They've got it out for Charity, I swear.
They do. It makes
They
no
do.
sense. Yeah. I really disagree with all the judgment she's received.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
they're judging her to a different standard to the others.
Yeah.
Because she's really good.
Do you
I just don't
think?
get it.
That just made me think. Do you think like they didn't really want her on the show, but they were sort of made to, like the producers made them let her on, kind of thing? Because she doesn't really fit with the typical Drag Race cast, does she? She's very.
I wonder if they're
Dracula.
going to give her a really shit time in the first half of the series and then let her get progressively better towards the second half. Or like what's her face from the American one?
What season?
Crystal Method. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a bit like her.
No, because
Like,
Rue
she's
likes to
too-
fit back though, whereas Rue's been horrible to Charity.
Because Rue loved Crystal.
Yeah, she loved her.
What about Evie Oddly? Was she mean to her at the beginning?
I
Because I feel like there's like with those queens, they do.
Yeah.
I really hope
Kind of,
so.
it's more rocky at the beginning, and then suddenly the judges just start embracing the weirdness, and they're like, "Oh, I love it! It's so
I
cool."
see you now.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm sorry. How at this point, with like 200 queens that it must have been, how by now you're like, oh, I get it now.
That dripping in sweat, you see now.
You know, I know they don't see them for as long as we see them, but like, I'm sorry, you don't need to.
Okay, so River's Jerry Spice. Jerry Spice, what's she called?
Jerry can.
Ginger Spice.
Ginger Spice, yeah.
Cherry Spice. Halliwell Spice.
Anyway, what was the steak pun? The Hallie well done.
Oh, shit.
Fucking hell, Michelle.
It was worse than the raw feet. What was Alan Carr's one about raw? It
Oh,
was not good.
I liked it as well.
It was terrible.
Viva Raw.
Viva Rorever, that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it. So yeah, Jet, what do you think of River's look?
I thought it was decent.
Pretty. I still think she really reminds me of Kylie sometimes, like Kylie Sonique, like her eye makeup and stuff. I thought it was nice. I thought it was very nice. But I thought she was overshadowed by Charitha, who did a much better Jerry.
Yeah, and a much like bigger, grander kind
Yeah.
of Jerry.
I thought Charitha was the best one.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
We're talking about River Medway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked her outfit. I thought it was fun. I thought it was kind of
It was cute.
but a little bit basic. She's scaring me a bit that she doesn't have much.
Yeah.
When she comes out on the runway.
It's interesting because it was quite understated for Jerry. Like it was like all glitzy and whatever, but she kind of played it small. I feel
Yeah.
like because Jerry is like big, like
Yeah.
But don't you feel like River sort of does Jerry on every runway generally a little bit anyway? Her looks are quite Jerry. Like to me, she's one very similar like hair before. Like I know she's got like a
the
bit
hair
of,
with those two little.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
she's got a bit of like a Jerry energy to me generally.
yeah.
And Jerry G. Jerry G.
One more time.
No.
One more
Let's move on. What's next?
What's that? What did Chris say?
Please, who's next? I
Right
don't want
here.
to relive that.
Chris, say it again. Chris, I missed it. Chris, say it again.
You're having a stroke.
He's had a hard day.
So anything else to say about Vanity's look? Or Teresa's? So that's it.
What was Vanessa? Oh yeah, no. Tweeters was really fun. I thought again she took the like Union Jack dress, turned it into like a swimsuit and a giant cape thing.
Yeah, it was different. It wasn't just like I'm going to do the Union Jack dress. It was I'll take the Union Jack and make it into a different thing. I really
It was a leotard in the cape though.
It was.
a massive cape and big
But it
hair.
was. The eye makeup was kind of Union Jacky as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I liked it.
Sincerely Jackie.
Yeah.
And I thought Fancy's was awful.
Yeah, same.
absolutely.
No, I thought it was a middle Scary Spice outfit, but I just really like her makeup or her vibe. Oh, Chris, you got to introduce yourself for Kurt.
Oh yeah, hello, I'm Chris.
Hi.
Why are you guys?
Chris.
You guys
I
Chris as
don't
well.
We're all Chris.
That was so weird.
I know, I wasn't sure.
I don't know why that happened.
We are Chris Allowed.
the Chris girls.
Little Chris.
No, Chris.
Oh, fuck. Chris killed himself.
Who's Little Chris?
Oh, he did.
Taking it out.
No. Oh yeah, him. Shit.
Okay, so I thought Michelle was very kind in the critiques to Scarlett. Well,
Yeah.
It's very sweet. She didn't go off. She's like, "Bless you.
I think
You've
because
done
like
fucked up drag."
she knows that Scarlett has potential,
Yeah.
and it's hard to see someone you know is good kind of get in their head so much so fast. And I think, yeah, I kind of understood that.
Totally.
Oh, thank you.
I mean,
Blush.
it's pretty strong. And also, I feel like it works as well. I feel like Scarlett seemed like she had the fire back in the back room. What's it called? Back room?
Back room.
The internal
Interior-
illusions.
interior-
It's not called that anymore. What's it called now?
Sponsored by Bacardi drinks.
Is it just the
Absolute.
Backstage, maybe?
Backstage. Well, you're talking backstage.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And have an absolute.
Anyway. It's not, that's not
I love this drink.
They need to do a British one, like, oh, you can untuck in the
tea room.
Spitfire ale.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool, yeah.
Why is it not a tea room?
You can
Yeah.
untuck in the
Oh my
National Trust
God.
tea room. With the
Why do they
tea-
serve
Yeah,
tea?
it's so good.
Exactly.
Honestly, we could
The amount of spilling tea references that
Exactly.
get missed
Honestly.
by Rue. But yeah, he still is trying to pursue with this like really shitty Scottish accent that
And like
isn't a
the
Scottish
queens
accent.
that win could have poured the tea for the queens coming back off. I mean,
There we go.
Why?
So I don't know.
We've saved you a brew, love. You know, just sort of like, don't get
Scarlett's
Scarlet.
look. Why did I say that? Is that look? No, it can't be look. What did I put?
I don't think anyone got Scarlett's look.
I don't get Scarlett's. I don't understand my last note is.
Oh.
She's gone now. So yeah, lip sync, I guess.
I feel like they knew that it was going to be a double save. Like it was a really shit lip sync. Not a lot happened.
A
Yeah,
shit
It
sink.
wasn't double save worthy.
A shit sink.
You're
I'm going to say that
enjoying
again.
it.
A shit
Shit
sink.
sink.
I'm proud of that one.
Like
Loose lips, shit
Evie
sinks.
and what's her name? Brooklyn Heights. That's a fucking double save.
Yes.
That was amazing.
So a double save, yeah, because a double save should kind of come
Which-
out of left field because both queens are. Oh, all right, Rue.
Silence.
For the screen.
But like, I think a double save should be both queens. Yeah, absolutely kill it so much that like,
You can't choose.
yeah, and where previously there was a real risk that one of them would go home,
I
whereas this
disagree.
Charity and
Scarlett.
Scarlett, thank you. Like Scarlett won last week, and like is really likable. Charity killed it as well in the lip sync. Well, I say killed. They both did very well. I don't think it was iconic, but it was it was good.
I disagree. I don't think they're trying to market it as like that as objectively such amazing lip sync. They both need to stay. I think it's because they're both such strong contestants. Like, would you want either of them to go home at this point in the competition?
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah,
it would feel wrong
kind of
for
like,
Charity.
but that's always the case. Like,
No,
there's always
no, it's
queens
really
that
not.
go
Yeah,
out
there
with
should
like-
be
not.
like because Astina went home and
Yeah.
she'd won a challenge.
Oh, I agree with that. But if it was, but it's too early to do double save on the first episode. I don't think she should have been.
It was like,
But they did
Third,
double, they
sorry.
did double save because Victoria went home. That's what it just felt a little bit like. Well,
They could've
No,
waited
I,
for
I
of
disagree.
course.
I disagree. Like if it was a queen who could have gone home like Kitty or Vanity, like fine, send one of them home, don't do double save.
Yeah.
Like Scarlett and Charity, one of two of the strongest contestants.
I
Yeah.
agree, yeah.
because I think because Veronica and Vanity last week I think was a stronger lip sync from both than these two because I think both of them like you could have made a case last week for Vanity or Veronica to stay based on that lip sync, and I think it was a bit weird for me. Yeah, it was a bit like this isn't. I mean, it's not like Drag Race Holland double save, like it's not that kind of level.
I think if they're going by lip syncs alone, I think Charity should have won that. But I feel like Rue was just looking, well, we need to save two people if you look at their whole performance
Yeah.
throughout this.
Exactly.
this
He did
episode.
say Charity's name first as well.
But I feel like
Yeah.
he would have sent Charity home. He said Charity first wins double save. They always say the person you think was least likely to stay to
Yeah.
make you shocked.
Yeah,
To
that's
make you
true.
go, what?
So I think if someone had
Maybe.
to go heel, would have actually picked Scarlett to stay, which I don't agree with. But
Yeah.
Also, it could. I mean, a lot of seasons, even if someone doesn't get sent home for like go up to show for whatever reason, like Victoria, they still do double saves quite a lot. So it still could be another double save this season. That's what I was saying.
I just
before.
think I would have liked to have seen like Veronica get saved last week.
Really?
I think she's had a really fucking hard journey on the show. Like she's
Yeah.
like literally had full scale depression
So
like in the middle of
Yeah.
it. She came back, she's prepared for 2 series, and it was the week that Victoria was confirmed as not going.
Even-
she
I'm
did
like-
that. She did that space gamer outfit. That was,
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
that was
know.
the first episode. That was the first episode.
But
I
even
mean,
then,
that was
she's-
like so
And then
She's not
unbelievable.
like-
The
Dad.
following week, her outfit was also
Sorry.
highly dressed.
Oh, that was good.
But
I just
also,
thought, like, yeah, Veronica would have deserved it more. So
I completely disagree. And even Veronica herself has said since the show she was not ready to go back on. Like she's like was in deep depression. She didn't get anything sorted for the show. Like she wasn't ready to go back on. She wished she hadn't gone on season 3.
She did seem unprepared.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the thing. Like I wanted her so badly to do well, but I agree with the decision that she should have gone home.
So
it didn't feel like a legit double save situation. It was just a bit like, oh fuck it.
I'm
Victoria's
saying
gone,
if you
like-
base it purely on lip sync, yeah, I totally agree. But I don't think this decision was made on lip sync.
Yeah, I mean,
he
I
didn't
agree
say
on that.
we didn't say like, oh, that lip sync was so amazing. I'm breathless. You both need to stay. He didn't say that. He's
Yeah.
like, you both were going to stay. Like he's quite chill about it. It wasn't like, wow,
Yeah.
what performance, girl? She
Yeah,
blows
just-
me away. You know?
I just feel like a double save is for that.
Exactly.
Like, I'm just like,
Well,
fuck
how
it. We
you
don't
feel
want-
is
we don't want-
necessarily.
Well, I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyone else go through some of that episode?
I feel like this is a weird season so far in the sense that like really wonderful queens who I love, but yet like I don't know why I'm not just maybe because season 2 set such a high bar, but
Yeah, I'm also wondering, like, is it the queens or is it the actual tasks
Yeah,
that are being
I
given?
feel
I feel
like
like
cast.
it's more the tasks. I like the cast. I think the cast is strong.
it is.
I feel like the series isn't like doing them justice, and I don't know why.
no,
Yeah.
it's really strange. I mean,
But then season 2, I felt like that kicked in about halfway through.
true.
It wasn't like the breakfast TV thing with Lorraine Kelly was fine, but it wasn't like
Yeah.
amazing.
I don't know. I
Rat
feel like the
Challenge was
whole,
fun,
I
but-
felt
Oh, yeah,
the
that
whole
was
of
good,
season
yeah.
2 captivated me. I loved the season 2. It kind of
I don't know. I'm liking this season more than like most other people I know who's talking about this season.
I mean, it's Drag Race, and I love the UK Drag Race. It's just, I think maybe as Bob said, season 2 was so good that maybe we're just
Yeah.
wanting it to be as good. It's still really watchable, and
Yeah.
I'll still watch it to the end. It's just maybe not as good.
Kurt says so far it's okay.
Yeah, I'd say like the second week, the Dragaton one was really meh.
Everyone hated last episode, but I actually quite liked the last episode. I think the construction was pretty good generally out of it.
It's
I
alright.
didn't like the last episode. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Should we move on to our CUNTs?
yeah.
Just check
yeah.
your watch. You hate this bit, don't you?
Oh, it's just so laborious. We have to do it 4 times.
I'm giving my charisma to. I'm going to say to Taretha.
Cool,
This
fair.
was just fun. There we go.
Dan?
Same.
Chris.
River?
Oh yeah.
I think River was quite good. I liked her lyrics in the song, and I liked her quirky take on Ginger Spice on the runway. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Scarlett for really pushing through the mistakes she made. Uniqueness, charity, easy.
Charity.
Yeah.
More so because of the fact that she is really unique and they seem to use it against her. Like,
Exactly.
you wanted a unique.
Yeah. Why
queen.
did you cast her?
Yeah, like, oh, you're really,
Exactly,
you're a bit
yeah.
You
stick
really
out
seen
from
what
the
she can
people.
do. And Rue always had that weird look. Like, was it last week with the camper look, where she was in like a rabbit thing?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Rue was kind of like, which was something like, you fucking chose her.
Exactly what
to
I'm
be
saying.
on
Yeah,
this
yeah,
season.
exactly
Well,
what
maybe
I'm
she
saying.
didn't. I feel like Rue doesn't actually have much to say.
That's what I was
who gets
saying
on the
earlier.
show.
Yeah, I think a producer made her come on.
Rue did not want Victoria Scott on that show, and that's why she is.
Yeah.
Rue was just like,
Rue
I-
put like trap wire on the stage to trip her up.
It's really great that people are giving you a chance. Like it's your show.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
you could have done this years ago if you
Yeah.
cared.
Kurt's giving charisma to Steps, and what you want uniqueness? Uniqueness is giving to Chris for being you. Nerve, we're now right. Haven't done the uniqueness.
No. No, I was going to give it to Scarlett for like holding it together. Well, actually,
Okay, fair.
I feel like the lip sync.
Yeah, she's gonna do.
Yeah.
You cried a
Who
lot.
are you giving your nerve to?
I would say. Oh, I said we've said Charissa, haven't we?
Yeah, you can't say again. Right, Chris, you go.
I give the nerve to Vanity Milan for wearing
Ooh.
another orange wig.
Yeah.
I'll say Hell of a Day because she pushed through. And
Oh,
she was
good
terrible
point.
at first, and she kind of made it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, actually, I feel like we haven't spoken enough about how Ella Day really killed.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I think she's
she's
great.
really
I think if they
She's
had to pick
slick.
one person
She's
to win
also
this
kinda
episode, it would have been
handsome.
Ella Day.
I agree.
Mm.
I agree with Chris.
I feel like she might go quite far, actually,
Yeah.
Ella Day.
I really like her.
I can't
She's
imagine.
like a less annoying Jackie Cox to me.
Yes. I can't. That's.
Jackie Cox wasn't annoying. I
I
like
said-
Jackie
I
Cox.
said-
I
what
kind of.
said.
I mean, I'm probably going to be proven wrong now. I've said it, but like, I kind of can't imagine Ella Day like really fucking up. I can imagine her like stumbling a bit in a challenge,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
she's
she's
quite
polished.
professional and like
Yeah,
solid.
I agree.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think she's kind of handsome as well.
yeah.
I like her energy. She's very different from like people. Not most people get on the show. She's
Also,
Yeah, I
One of
agree.
her
It's more
looks-
chilled.
She really
Yeah.
like Jane McDonald.
She's very Jane. I mean, she's not Jane McDonald in Snatch Game. Then she's missing a track.
Yeah.
Because it will be amazing and so easy to do.
Mm.
I'm giving my nerve to Kitty for like thinking like absolutely this is going to be a challenge and she's going to slay and then doing shit.
Oh,
Harsh but fair.
poor
Um,
kitty.
Kurt's giving nerve to himself for being late, also very fair.
Yeah.
Talent.
My talent is going to go to H and Claire for their really inspiring words
Artistry.
during the lyrics portion, where they're like, I really need you to bring out the emotion of these lyrics.
Yeah.
And then we just had people being like, I'm a drag queen. And people like, oh, it's just so great.
Kitty cat cows, that's the crown.
I'm here to snatch the crown. Make
Ah.
my mama proud.
Here on season 3.
Girls like me on All Stars 3.
You were slay one of those shows.
No, because that was Morgan McMichaels, isn't it?
Oh, was it?
Girls like, because in a really shit.
Yeah, I don't really. Why are you mad though?
No, it was.
Oh, it was a girl group one. Yeah,
Yeah, but her Why You Mad Though is also great. I rewatched that the other day and I was like, this is even worse than ever.
Oh. It would be really funny to tackle the music challenge in that way, just like the most generic lyrics you could think of, like just quote everyone else in previous seasons.
I think it's more like
That
Alaska
would be-
could get away with
Yeah,
it.
that'd be probably
Should be
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
Like, which is that really emotional speech at the end of All Stars 2.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
well, I mean, it's just like, do I think I could do this? In the words of Gia Gunn, absolutely. Like, but like, I mean, I'm now having flashbacks to Morgan McMichael again. And at one point, like, it was literally like, 1, 2, come on, Rue, 3,
Yes.
4, crown this whore. And I'm like, this is so bad. I love it. This is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm just remembering the second you said it.
Can we watch that after this?
No, I
Right,
can't.
yeah. Oh,
Even
right,
that, I
right.
really struggled with.
But no, because I think this is what I really struggle with lyrics, because like there are some queens who like, I mean, fair enough, they don't have much time, but like at some point you've got to realize like what I'm doing is so fucking generic.
And like Charitha is Spanish and hers was fucking brilliant and it was original and
Really, I think you're gassing her up too much. Like
She kind
I
of led
think it's
into the
great.
humor of it. Like she knew that
Yeah.
it was going to be bombastic. Like especially in like a really slow ballad, and her just being like I'm going to teach you how to count to 4 and like like around the world, woo! Like she basically went for like really cheesy like slogany 90s pop. And then did it in Spanish, and it was she got it, like she understood the challenge.
Yeah.
This whole episode
it
celebrates
was
that.
original and like not the same old shit.
Yeah, because like how many times did we hear "Snatch the Crown"?
Here
Here to slay.
It should be banned.
Like some kind of rhyme with the number of the season you're on. Like it's painful.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't know. Anyway, sorry, that was my tea.
Tea appreciated. Any other thoughts on the episode? Should we move on to our
Because of
recommendations?
tea for talent, because we're still doing.
Oh, I thought you meant you spilled some tea.
No,
Sorry,
that's
go on.
cool.
Nice tree.
Elevate talent.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that as well.
Very controversial. I'm going to go Kitty's Got Claws for actually, I thought she was the best thing about that first song.
Yeah.
And she saved it.
I really don't.
We don't like
Her verse was
No,
good.
no, no, no.
She was
I
brilliant.
disagree. I think for
It's
me,
not, I don't care. It's my time. It's not for you to disagree.
Her lyrics.
I
were
apologise,
still
not
shit,
fair.
though.
I'm very sorry.
I mean, I think she at least got the humor of that song, right? Because everyone else would have done like she did do shitty cheesy lyrics, but then she also did do like look at me, like she at least played up with it.
Yeah,
Like,
she was fun.
I still think it was boring,
brought
but
energy
like,
to
it was more
a
fun.
dull performance.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kurt, for saying nice things.
Yeah, Kurt's giving us all a nice
I
little
love
review.
Kurt's
Thank you
energy
very
here.
much. Yeah, Kurt's a ride or die. So recommendations?
Can we do the what Spice Girl would you do?
Oh,
What
would you
look
do?
would you do?
What
Okay. Well, I literally,
Oh.
as I told you guys, my mum blacked me up and dressed me up as Scary Spice when I was like 6.
none of this
Yeah,
surprises
so-
me anymore.
I know. So, like, are you surprised I turned out this way? There's a picture of it somewhere. I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
burn
seen
it, burn it.
Yeah, I've seen
What
it.
did she black you up with?
I don't remember. I was literally 7, like 6 or 7. I loved it. I was living. Fully living.
But I think as a kid, you are like, wow, this is really cool. And then you look back at it as an adult, you're like,
You're like, why'd the head stop? I was like the original Rachel Dolezal.
oh, Jesus.
I was like, this is me. You know, like the song at the end of Greatest Showman.
Rachel Dolezal.
Exactly. Ooh. So anyway, I would have recreated that look on the runway. Thanks for asking, Kurt.
Oh, I hate it.
I mean, I feel like I was always like being a kid growing up around the time of the Spice Girls and having a sister a couple of years older. My sister was just like, my sister always wanted me to be Baby Spice, and I think I also wanted to be Baby Spice. It explains so much about my life. But yeah, so I think I would have gone for like a Baby Spice look with like the big. Why did no one have the big like fucking heels? I mean, I know they don't have much space in their bags, but like still.
Seriously, like, where are the big platforms?
I always thought, I mean, it makes sense to people. So I always thought Baby Spice would grow up to start a book channel on YouTube.
I see it for her.
Actually, yeah.
She's very well read.
She is very well read. What about you guys?
I
think-
never really felt like I really identified. Maybe Ginger because she was fun and like a bit rebellious, and I was a bit of a ginger.
Baby Spice.
You said fun? Yeah. Oh, it's awkward. Okay, go on, Chris.
I do Berry Spice alone.
Fuzzy Spice.
That's it. I get my own YouTube.
You literally have no idea what to do.
You would be nothing without me.
Exactly. Chris knows. What about Bob?
No idea.
Oh, Bob probably wrote like a couple of months. He's got 1,000 subs, which is better than we've ever done. So, like,
honestly. How many
you could do it.
subscribers does Seafoam Soul have?
Like 2?
Oh.
Jeez.
Seafoam Soul.
Jeez, yeah, you go.
Oh, we didn't even
I
do
did
it when you
intro.
were guess what where's for your boy? Or...
Oh no! How do I know?
Where is your boy?
How do I know exactly? How do I know where the boy is?
I don't know.
Never mind. Chris, what do you do?
Scary Spice. I always like had an affinity with her.
Same, genuinely same. Yeah.
Because I like being the one that people like were scared of. So I was like, I want to be Scary Spice.
So you're not scary.
I know.
Oh,
but you,
yeah.
What me or Scary
Yeah,
Spice?
you.
Oh.
I really look.
I'm a Halloween baby. I can be scary.
I think you should like Dan. You should be Posh Spice, but like a really subverted version where like really like sleek like gown, and you turn around and you got your beard, and then yeah,
But I don't feel like it's part of the look.
yeah,
The beard is not that ironic.
yeah,
It's
It's Dan's
part
taking
of who I am.
beer very seriously.
yeah. It's a good beard.
Bob.
What? Fuck you.
I love this stream. This is my favourite stream
This is
ever.
great.
Yeah,
Nothing problematic at all.
Okay, recommendations.
Anti-fascism, probably to balance out.
I don't know how I feel about that one. I've logged that out.
There's a TV series on Netflix called The Movies That Made Us, which is really fun, and it takes films and breaks down how they were made, and it just makes you realize how fucking messy the film industry is. Like, there's one about Home Alone and how hard it was to make that film, and everyone thought it'd be shit, and then it made like millions of pounds. And it's really fun, and they've just released like one with Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street,
Nice.
and Aliens, and like really cool old
Cool.
horror films. So I'm looking forward to getting into that.
I'd like to recommend "Why You Mad Though" by Morgan McMichaels.
Oh no! He was saying that.
Such great lyrics as
Ooh.
1, 2. Come on, Rude.
No.
So bad.
We're
Oh,
watching that
don't.
as soon
I
as
can't.
this
No, I
happens.
can't handle it. I'm going in the other room.
It's really bad.
Oh.
It's really bad.
I'm a horror.
Bob the Booker on YouTube.
Thank you.
Plug yourself, girl.
But also, I'm not Bob the Booker for the purposes of this because I don't want to be associated with any of Grant's actions.
Chris.
Well, can you go first? I can't think of anything yet.
Yeah, artist called Still Woozy. Did I say that like last time?
Oh,
I
that's
like
all- yeah, that's a tune.
The one we didn't like.
He's so good. He didn't give
Oh,
him a
yeah, we
chance.
did not-
Did not give him a chance. He's objectively the best. He's very good. Still Woozy. Look him up. You won't regret it. Unless you're Chris and hateful. Go on, Chris.
Oh god! I don't, okay, it's really really sad. I discovered you can make a mocha using an espresso machine this week. So I very recently got an espresso machine, which I'm very proud about.
Other coffee machines are available.
Sponsored by Squatty Potty.
I will tell.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was not the right one. So I should have gone for.
So right,
Yeah.
but so wrong.
I didn't think that one through about the connotations of that.
So my
I'm sorry.
recipe for an espresso machine hot chocolate is you put a little milk, semi-skim milk, at the bottom of a mug, and microwave that for a minute. Then you stir in 3 heaped teaspoons of Options hot chocolate powder, low calorie. Mix it around. Then you do a lungo espresso shot, and then you top up with hot water. And
Nice.
Quite the special lady.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, we ended the stream on a bang.
This is your talent show. Like, your talent show, like performance.
With an Options chocolate powder.